Hi guys, it's Hannah here. I'm a 28-year-old cash budgeter and stuffer in Southern California, and this is HF Budgets. We are doing our first budget with me of February, so we will go ahead and dive right in. We have $550 to budget this week. This is the second half of January's magic month paycheck, so I did get paid 3 times in January. This is the second week that we're budgeting for that paycheck. So we'll jump right into our wallet. Wallet stays the same every week. Grocery gets 60, gas gets 40, eat out gets 40, and then Hannah gets 35, bringing this total to 175. And we do have $550 to budget. So we will go ahead and add that to our calculator and automatically subtract what we have from our wallet. So really what we're looking at is $375 that we are budgeting into our envelopes this week. So we will go ahead and dive in, starting with our brown binder here. Let's see, that should be fine. Jumping right in, personal health this week is gonna get 5. A lot of my categories do just get 5. That's just how it works with our budget. Household, I did use all of household last week. Household is gonna get 5 as well. Skincare is gonna get 5. This weekend, I do believe I need to get that face wash that I've been talking about, I think the entire month of January. So that'll finally happen. Emergency is gonna get 10 today. To round this out to 100. And then we're also using the savings challenge from Nessabudgets. I got this over on her Etsy and I'm working my way through this, but I believe we have $90 in here. 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, yeah. So we'll round this out to 100 and then I'll take that to the bank just to put in a savings account, and then at least for the entirety of this challenge, I'll go ahead and put a placeholder to represent what we've saved for the challenge. Yeah, I think that sounds like a good idea. Christmas today is gonna get 5. Christmas gets 5 every week. This is just to slowly build for Christmas over the year. And then car maintenance today is gonna get 5. And then the last 2 envelopes don't get stuffed in our regular budget with me. So in this binder, we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35 going into this binder. So that gives us 340 to work with. Before jumping into my second sinking funds binder, I do want to go into my savings challenge. I probably should have started here because there are a few I want to prioritize since this is a little bit of a higher check. First is gonna be this Pizza Fridays. So let's see. I think we can go ahead and finish out the first row if we want to. We have 340. I kind of want to knock out a bigger number. So maybe, what's the next biggest number? The next biggest number in our second row is 27. Let's go ahead and knock out that 27. This is pizza. Knock out that 27. I'll just have to make sure to not subtract as we go to help with that one. And then I think everything else we can do at the end. I think another priority. So the pizza is going towards my travel fund, and I didn't even tell you who that is by. So this savings challenge that we're using is an older savings challenge. It was for 2025. This is from MikaelaCreationsCo over on Etsy. Since this is a 2025 challenge, I don't believe it's up on their Etsy anymore, but they do have a lot of cool challenges and I love the quality of their products. That's going towards Emercency. And then this Save Your Way in 2026 by Shades Budget. I got this free over on our Kofi. This we're using to save for travel for our Europe trip, so our Italy trip in May. And I do want to do another rectangle here, which I believe is 24. 6 times 20, yeah, 6 times 4 is 24. So we're going to put 24 in the 2026, since we do have a little extra to work with. So that is that one. And then we'll come back to the rest and finish it off at the end. But we will continue into our second sinking funds binder. Starting with Costco. I did finally go to Costco and got to stock up on some meat. So we're just gonna add 5 in today to start building that back up. I did also go to H Mart and spend all the money that I had in here, and so I usually keep this at 50. I did spend the whole 50. We're gonna add 5 in today. We'll see if I want to up the 50 or if I want to keep it at 50, because before I was capping it at 50, but it would be nice to not have to be to be able to like get some more things and stock up if I need. We'll see when we get there. We're starting with 5 today. Friends today is going to be getting 5. Personal spending is going to be getting 5. Savings is at 90. Savings is going to get 10 today. Oops. 1 minus 9 is 10. Savings, we're going to bump that up to 100, and so that means I can take this back and start over from 0. So the way that I'm doing this savings envelope, I have this savings envelope and then I have another savings envelope further back. How I'm going to be doing these is essentially adding $5, $10 a week, and then once it hits 100, I'll stick it in my savings account. I'm not going to put any placeholders, and we'll just start over from the beginning. And it's just a bite-sized way that I've learned that it's like, okay, I can save little increments and it does build my savings. So that is what we're going to do for that envelope. So after we stuff it this week, I will take it back and put it in my savings account. Travel this week is one of the ones that is going to be getting a huge bump. I don't think it's going to go into this travel envelope. It'll probably go into my travel binder. But travel is going to get $100 this week to help for, I think it's going to be going towards Japan. In April, we have some things that we have to actually like reserve and like buy for our Japan trip that's in October. So I am saving up for that. So travel is going to get 100. And yeah. Next up, we're going into Hannah. Hannah today is getting $10. Another little bumped up category. Still don't know what I'm saving for, but there's kind of a few things on the horizon that this could be used for. Clothing today is getting 5. That's always gonna get 5. 5 in gifts. A lot of the rest of these are gonna be getting 5 now. 30, Flirty, and Thriving is for saving for a trip for my 30th. This is gonna get 5. This will probably be, my birthday is this month, but so my 30th would be next year in February, but me and my childhood best friend are saving up to do kind of a joint 30th birthday, and that'll probably be in the summer, next summer, just due to her, she's in medical school, so due to her schedule, which, love that. Our budgeting items, also our shop small is gonna get $5 today. Disney spending is gonna get 5. I do want to go sometime this month. I am gonna get one. I would love to go to the Lunar New Year festival and get some of the food for that. Also, I had a friend that requested a popcorn bucket pickup. They don't live in California, but they collect certain ones, and so I'm gonna see if I can get that for them the next time that I go. Tech is gonna get 5. Invest is gonna get 5. we're building up for the next 100 in that envelope, and then extra alley, which is just an extra savings account, is gonna get 5. So this is another category that once it hits 100, I'll stick in the bank, and then we'll start over from 0. So that concludes all of our sinking funds. We're gonna jump back into our savings challenge binder and finish off here. So we're starting our last card in the Disney Icon Savings Challenge from Budgeting with Amanda. I've been using the savings challenge for about a year now, so really excited to complete it. We're gonna go ahead and kick it off with one of the $10 spaces. We'll come back to this. This is our 50 envelope. This gets stuffed with a few dollars during our budget with me, but then a majority of this comes from my wallet rollover. We've done our pizza emergency. We're gonna jump into this SpongeBob savings challenge that I got from Budgeting My Debts over on Kofi. This was a free download, and we are gonna go ahead and finish it off with $2, $3, $4, $5. Which is very exciting. This is going towards an extra car payment for the month, which I am super stoked for. This Powerpuff Girls challenge is from the Fancy Dollar. This actually gets stuffed with my Hannah wallet money. The way that I've been doing this, I was inspired by Emercency, who's a UK budgeter. And what she does is every week from her wallet spending, she'll stuff a savings challenge just to help build her savings towards just larger goals that she has. And I really liked that idea. And one of my big goals is travel. And so I am taking out of my weekly spending to help stuff for some bigger travel savings goals. So this will not get budgeted into today's video, but we'll decide. And typically I've been doing $30 a week since there hasn't been a lot going on that I've needed to spend. So I'll probably save $30 from my wallet this week, which would then leave me with $5 to spend for the week for anything outside of like eating out, groceries, and gas. Our next one is this mini savings. I love this like watercolor look. This is from Budgeting with Chloe, who is now Bare Bones Collective. I was using a dice to dictate how many squares we were filling. Since we only have 2 left, we will go ahead and close out this one as well with $4. And this does not have an allocation. We will see. It'll most likely either go into travel or for that extra car payment. One of my big goals this calendar year, or not calendar year, I guess my birth year, calendar, I don't know how you would call it, from when I turned 29 to when I turned 30. So the next 12 months, my goal is to pay off my car note. I have around 15,500 left to pay off. And so my goal is to pay that off by the time that I'm 30. So that is a hefty goal, but I think we can get there. So we'll see where that goes when I actually do my stuffing. This next savings challenge is I am MikaelaCreationsCo. It's a February year-long challenge. This is from Buttercup Budgets. I allocated each heart to be $5, and so we will do the next row here for $8. The reason we are a week in is because I started this, instead of skipping a week in January, I continued saving, so we hopefully finish, I think, the beginning of December, around the middle of December for these annual savings challenges. This next year-long savings challenge that I'm doing is from Budget with Amanda. Both of these I got free over on Kofi. So definitely go check them out. The second one, again, is from Budget with Amanda. And this week, there is another 5. I think I'm going to do another 8 and do the 3 and the 5. So we'll do 8 with Amanda to knock off some of the bigger. I am a very big fan of knocking off bigger numbers and then working my way down to help with progress that way. Okie dokie. Next here, we are going to jump into our chicken savings challenge. This was a free download from Kofi from Ellie on Earth. I love her style of challenges. She has some really cool art. But we are going to, I think we're gonna close out this one as well. So what do we have? 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have $10 left. We're still sitting at 74. I feel like that is a lot. I feel like my math might be off somewhere. We're gonna go ahead and let me double check my math, and then we're gonna come back to this one. 2 seconds. Okay, so I figured it out. I forgot to add and start off with, and I didn't write on here, mini. So I do a mini Monday video because this is a magic month paycheck. I decided to bump that. So the way that this breaks down is I'll put 20 towards my box challenge and then 35 towards minis. Typically what I do a week is I'll do 10 to my box challenge and 20 towards minis. Again, that had a little bump. So doing all the math and then subtracting that 55, we are sitting at $19. So I did mess up somewhere with my math, but we are back on track. That's just how budgeting goes sometimes. I do still think I'm going to finish out this chicken challenge. This is going to my choice. This will save us a total of 55 at the end. And again, this is another one that I might put towards my car or travel. I think I'm leaning towards my car just to help really bump up those principal payments. Our next savings challenge, so we have 2 left. We have this color and save. So this color and save is from Budget with Carly over on Kofi. I did get this as a free download. This week we are gonna we will go ahead and do another $5. Let's do 6. We'll do a 5 and a 1, or 3 and a 3. We'll see how we break it down, or 2 and a 4. There's options. We'll do $6 into this challenge this week, which then leaves us $3 for our last challenge. But yeah, I'm excited for this one. I'm not a huge coloring person, but this is a fun one, and this is going to be going towards my invest envelope. And when I say invest, the investment envelope that I have in my green binder, that is for just a brokerage account. I do already put into my 401k and do my employer match, and then I also have a Roth IRA that I do stuff weekly, or I do put money into every paycheck, not weekly. But yeah, I would love to pay off my car so I can then put more into both of those retirement accounts. So our last savings challenge that we're going to do today, we are going to be putting $3 into our envelope challenge, which would then bring us to 0. The way that this is getting stuffed is I will budget honestly between $1 to $5 weekly, and then whatever is left over from my wallet, I will roll over into this savings challenge. I think I'll have about $40 to $45 that I'm able to roll over, which means we'd be able to knock out like, if we have 40, we'll be able to knock out the 30, 36, and then, I mean, 7's already taken, so we'll have to do a little math for the smaller numbers, but we should be able to knock out the next largest number on here, which is what my goal is. Yeah, and then this is going towards travel, so this will be going towards Italy, spending money. My hope is to do this challenge twice. I don't know if I'll do it on this sheet twice. I also do have like the actual like envelope version, so we will see about this, doing this twice, but my first go around, my goal is to finish it by May. So we do have some ways to go until we get there, but we do also still have a little time left. And that is gonna conclude my budget with me today. So what I'll do from here is I'll break down this, break down all of these categories to see what kind of denominations that I need from the bank, and then I will have that money ready for when we stuff later this week. All right, thank you for hanging out with me for my budget with me. I hope you have a great day and a great beginning of your weekend, and I will see you next time.